So everyone can see the screen what I have shared, right? So today we shall work with array methods. So first, before that, like I have already did how to display script data into HTML. I'll show you that. You have to give ID for this. ID, ABC, anything. If you want to display anything, you have to write document dot get element by ID dot inner HTML. This will add inner HTML. Inside of it, it will add some HTML text. Welcome. Look here. You are able to see welcome here, but inside the body tag you won't see any welcome. I have forgot to add the ID. This ID you have to add inside of the document dot get element by ID. Now if you see, you have seen a welcome. So this is how you will display. Look here, inside the body tag anywhere I have not mentioned welcome. Inside the script I have used that one, you have displayed here. Now starting array methods, what I will do, let it be at the last. I will initialize one array var salaries is equal to, someone might get 10k, someone might get 25k, and some might get 14, some might 12, some might 50, some might 40, and some might 60. So this is an array which contains the values of salaries. Okay. Now I want to display the salaries in here in the HTML page. I got this data from the backend. I got it in the script. Now I have to display here. What I'll do, I'll just take this salaries variable and I'll paste it here. So you got this array of salaries here, right? The thing is, I want to display one by one. How to do that? So these are all the iteration process. What I'll do, I will take the array first, Control C. I'll just simply display one, I'll initialize one variable var show. This is empty. I have initialized it as empty. Now I'm going to use the salaries array dot for each value I have to give space. I'm using for each method. Inside this you have to call a function. I will write my function. This is a customized function, my function. Now I have to write the logic for this function. Control C, control. So the syntax of function is function, name of the function is my function, and here I have to pass two parameters. For now one, I will tell you how many parameters to use going on value. The variable what I have taken, that variable I am going to assign the value of value. Inside that function I have given the value. After that I will add break tag. So inside the HTML, if you are inside the JavaScript, if you are using HTML tags, it should be double quoted. Now if you see here, you will get the last value now. I think I haven't assigned here, no more salaries. The variable what I have assigned, that variable I am going to use. Now this show will be displayed here. The show has been assigned with value inside the function. This function is for each salaries. You got 60. This is the highest salary. You need one after one. For that you have to add plus operator. You have to add along with it. Now if you see, it will be iterated. 10, 25, 14, 20, 50, 60. Got it? So now I want to filter. Suppose if I have to filter the values, I want to filter who gets the salary above 30. I want to create a group in which the members of the group will be getting salary above 30k. How to do that? For that, you have this filter method. Now, by seeing these numbers, can you tell me how many of the people here are getting salary more than 20? 3. Which are those?
50, 40, 60.
50, 40, 60. I want to filter them. I have an array of all the salaries. I want to filter them. So here, instead of for each, I have to use filter method. And after this filter method, here you have to assign it to a variable. Here, once you are filtering, right here, you cannot add this thing now. Here I am going to write return me, in this function return me values which are greater than 30. Values which are greater than 30. That's why I told you to learn this function on Friday. If you have learnt it, you will get the idea what I am doing now. Now it is returning something, right? This method, I want to assign it to a variable. Var yes. Here I will, this SS what I have assigned, I will display here. Here I will write the console, so that in the console you can check the values. Console.log salaries. So there is a mistake. Unexpected end of input. It is showing error because here I have opened the braces, I haven't closed it. Now I have closed it. Look, this is your initialize array. I have filtered who got more than 30. Look, for the variable SS, it has filtered 50, 40, 60. So this is filter method. And while I was doing functions, I told you why to use return, when to use return. Can anyone tell me when and why? Just now I have did this example, keeping this as a reference. Tell me when and why will we use return. Yeah, Ashna. Each minute for everyone. You have to say that within a minute. 12:25. Yeah, tell me. No. This is why you need filter method, because it will return a value. Now, as a company MD, now this is my company. I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 employees, and this is their salary. Now, as a MD, I need to know how much money is going out of my company, like how much salary is going there. So for now, I have 7 employees. You will take a calculator: 10 plus 25 plus 20, 14 plus 12 plus 50 plus 60 plus 40. This is what you are going to do, right? What if I have 1,000 companies? Tell me the answer there by adding. Hmm? 211, 150. 211, right? 212. There's a 14 there. So there was 7 values there. So you added up, right? What if I had 1,000 values there? How much time you need? For that, there is a function called reduce. So instead of filter, I will use reduce. I'll pass another parameter which is total. Total me. Total comma value. Return me total plus value. Did you get the answer what you have added? So this is reduce method. When you have, there is one more method, map. Suppose in a company, if I have to add a details, I'll be adding like with names, right? Asma, web developer, salary, designation. This will be like in an object. I need to, if I have to know, like have to count the money. For that we use map method. What I will do, right? I will use, you have 5 people, right? At the last I will do practically. Object 1, object 2, object 3, object 4, object 5. In all the 5 objects, there is one property which is salary. In one array, 5 objects. In 5 objects, each property I will take and make a new array. Array of salaries. I will show you. For that, we use map method. Array.map method. MAP map. I will show you. You have, why I am saying before only theoretically means this map method, when it comes to React, you will be using like, in a project you will be using like 10 times. Minimum of 10 times you will use this map method in React. So this is reduce method. And now I need to know like I need to know anyone is getting a salary of 50k. I don't need who is getting, I just need to know whether a person in my company is getting 50k. For that we have every method. Sorry, for that there is one method which is every or some. Yeah, I'll go with every. For every employees, I have counted every employees. Okay, now I will ask a value, return a value greater than 70k. I need to know anyone who is getting a salary more than 70k. It is showing false. No one is getting salary of 70k in my company. I don't need to know who is that person. I'm just asking 70. Now, like, do you know any wager rules? Like for labor rules, sorry. A minimum salary for a person, whatever the work it might be, minimum salary. What is the minimum salary? Not for per day, for month I'm asking.
8,000.
Per month.
5,000. What's your expense per month? Your expense per month. Expense. Well, don't talk in Kannada while I'm recording. The rules have been changed. I need to know whether my employees are getting that minimum salary. What I will do, value greater than 12. It will show true. Right? Now it is showing false because there is a 10 and 12. 12 it is okay, but there is a 10. And if you have to know, like every means, I'll go with whether every salary is less than greater than 10. Is every salary greater than 10? It will show true. Is it everything greater than 10? 10 is 10. It is not equals. It is equal to 10 only. For the condition what I have asked, it is equal to 10. Every value should pass a value. Each value should be passing that condition. If you want to filter them, you will get the values to filter. If you just want to know, you will get true or false, Boolean values. And there is some method. At least some of the people are getting like that. There is some method. There is example right there in your tutorial point. You can go through there, okay? And one more method, which is that find method. I'll use here find ask value greater than 10. So what you can see there? What I have asked, value greater than 10. Answer can you see there? Look at 12 and 14. How much greater is 25? How much greater is 14 and 20? How much greater is 40? 14 and 12 are nearest to it, not that great. 40 is too much greater than that. So you got to find the value which is merely greater. We use find method. Got it? Only one value it is showing there, not every number that is greater than that. You have to know these methods. In interview they will ask any one method. Now I was talking about map method, right? When you are working with object, always practice like this. You will have the idea. Always write variable's name in lowercase. Van company. Inside I have each object of the employees. Now I will try to display it here. Can anyone guess what it display in UI?
Body tag.
Inside body tag, what it will show? That will show if inside the company, if it is strings. Observe that it is not strings. Those are variables. Tell me what it will display, then I will run it. Any guesses, guys? Don't know, say don't know. Don't take so much of time that you can think and say correct answer. Say what pops into your head, what it will display.
So it show body tag using only names H1.
Asma?
It will show objects.
Which
Only
object? Like what it will show in the UI?
The curly braces, whatever we like.
Prithvi?
Not defined. I think variables.
It might show like object. Asma, Yashwant, Preeti, Rohit and Pallavi. Pallavi and Rohit. because those are objects, right? That data type only it is showing. Property value, like that it is showing. But if you check in the console, company array, it is showing everything, right? Now I need an array which holds only salary of that company array. How to do that? For that we use map method. So company is the variable, company dot map method. Inside this map method we have to write arrow syntax, parenthesis equals to arrow braces. This we call it as arrow syntax. Here I will write employee. This can be anything, A, B, C, D, X, Y, Z, anything. I am taking as an employee. Inside this I am going to write return employee dot salary. Employee, for everyone is having salary, right? Salary, return employee, because for object we have to write dot naming index, you remember, right? Dot salary. Now in this map path I have used it twice. Now this thing I will initialize, because when you use return it is returning something. You have to initialize it to var sal. Here I will display sal. So out of each object in a company array, I got only the salaries. If I need only names, dot name. So I will get only names. This is why we use map method. It returns a new array of the existing array of particular values. Got it? I'll just pause this. I'll continue the session. ಏನೋ ಅವಲ್ಲೇ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದು ಐಸ್ ಕ್ರೀಮ್ ದಿನ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಹೋಗಿತ್ತು. ನಿನ್ನೆ ನಂಬ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ ಬಟ್ ನೀನು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಇದು ಮಾಡಿ ಹಾಂ ಬರಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ.
ಬುಧವಾರದಿಂದ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ.
ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ವೈಲ್ ಟು ವೈಲ್ ಲೂಪ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಾ? Should I start? This is the syntax of while loop. So what is a loop? Loop means something that keeps on repeating until a condition is met. Like if you want to remit something with the same kind, the same code or the same logic, if you want to keep on repeating, this is where you are going to use while loop. So this is the syntax of while loop. To display while loop, what I will do, I will initialize a variable where a is equal to 0. I will initialize the variable a is equal to 0. Here what I will do, I will do a condition a should be less than 10. Should be less than 10. So here in the loop what I will do, I will write document dot get element by id. So what's the id I have here? I think ABC. Dot inner HTML is equal to ABC. So if we see here, let us see what's the answer is. It's refreshing. If you see here, it is still refreshing, right? There is a reason. Here I have to write a plus plus. I'll run it from start so that that page keeps on refreshing. Because here the loop is indefinite. So here I'll just refresh and I'll see here. You got the answer 9. Here a was 0. You have given the condition a should be less than 10. Here a, when I displayed a, it is showing 9. Can you guess why it is showing 9?
0 to 9.
Yeah, a plus plus 0 means plus 1. 1 it becomes 1, right? Why it is showing 9? Because it's showing the last number. Here I have to add plus before it so that previous numbers will also be displayed. 0 to
9.
here I add one break tag. Each value after I need a break tag. So I'll do it till 5 because I have to show the difference between do while do. So here you got 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Understand the code here while loop. You have initialized a variable which is a is equal to 0. Inside the loop you are asking to display it. So at the first time here you have to give the condition. First time a is 0. Okay. Break tag. It comes below 1. 0 plus 1. So now again it will check is 1 less than 5. Here 1 will be displayed plus break tag goes down. 1 plus 1. 2 less than 5.
Yes.
Your answer is 2. Break tag 2 plus 1. 3 less than 5. So till 4 it will loop. You have given the condition a should be less than 10. Sorry, less than 5. 5 is not greater than 5 or less than 5. It is equal to 5. So you got the loop. This is how you are going to loop using while loop. Now I will show you do while. This is while loop. Keep an eye here. This is the major difference. If you understand this in interview, you can explain how it is different. I will do where b is equal to 0. Do while loop condition syntax is like this. This is the syntax of do while. Got it? Here what I will do, here at the top I will write h2 while loop example. If you see here at the top you have this while loop example. After this I will add one hr. I will copy the same. Here I will write do while example. Here I will make this id xyz, because now you will get the difference. So here you have while loop example, here you have do while loop example. Why the number is not getting iterated? What's wrong? Yeah, there is a wrong. What's the wrong? Yeah, I have just given the syntax, that is why I have just commented. Now we will get it. Yeah, for while loop this is the example. Do while loop I am doing the example here. So this is the syntax. So here what I will do, I'll write document dot get element by id. So this id is xyz inner html is equals to b. Here I'll write xyz. I'll give the condition here, b less than 5. I will save this. This is the syntax of do while. Now wait till the output gets displayed in the web page. Well, it's getting indefinite loop, because here I have to add b++. If not, it keeps on looping. Yeah, it's already getting refreshed in the background. I'll just run it on a new page. Here you got 4. Here you have to add plus operator. I told you what it will do. So now if you see, again I will add the break tag. I forgot to add the break tag. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is while loop example, this is do while loop example. But here if you see, a was 0, b was 0, a less than 5, b less than 5, right? You are getting the same output. Syntax was different. Then why there is 2? There exists 2 only if there is a difference, right? Because I will tell you, look here, assignment of while loop, assignment of b loop, same, right? Do while. Condition also same, right? Now I will do assign it to 1. I will ask the condition to be 1. Here I will ask the condition to, when both was same, both output I got, right? Now I am assigning and condition is same, right? Now look here what happens. Can you just tell me the difference?
While loop doesn't take in 1.
Do while loop is showing 1. But before that, when I had given assignment and condition same, it used to work. But when I assigned and condition same, only do while loop is showing the answer. Observe here, do while loop is showing the answer. First let me go for while loop. A is equal to 1. I am asking the condition for the loop only if a is less than 1. Is 1 less than 1?
No.
Is 1 greater than 1?
No.
Right? So it is not displaying anything. 1 is neither equal, it is not less or more, so I am not displayed. Because it checks the condition, then it's printing here. So when it checks the condition, it doesn't print, because the condition is not fulfilled here. But here 1 it displayed, right? Because do while loop, it prints first, then goes for the condition. That's the difference between them. So if you understand this concept, then in interview, if they ask what's the difference between while and do while, you can say the answer easily. So that is the difference between while and do while. So next we have for loops. I'll give you an assignment. For this you have to assign it with arrays. So now I'll just comment this. I'll go for loop. So the syntax of for loop is this. So here I told you, while looping a plus operator y, you got to know that, right? If you don't add this, it go for indefinite numbers. Here for loop, This is called initialization, this is called condition, this is called increment. But in the for loop, all you will do in a single line of code, where z is equal to 0 semicolon, this is initialization, then condition z should be less than 10. Next increment is also here only, z plus plus. Now we should copy the same. Inside the loop you have to go and print it here. Here instead of b it should be z. Now if you see in the for loop, well, here it is an error because it is not colon, it should be semicolon. Look, this is for loop, you ignore this, this is for loop, it is showing. Got it? So the syntax you need to know, this is the syntax for loop. Here instead of break, I will add one more thing here, plus h2 for loop. Look here, it is not showing. I think I have done some mistake. Let me see what mistake I have done. Look, 0 for loop 1, for loop 2, for loop 3, for loop. So this is about for loops. Now why you need this for loop? To loop arrays. Most of the time you will be using this for arrays. Now I'll take back my salary array. Where is my salary array? Well, it was in map method. I'll go here again, where names for each was also a kind of loop. Now how you can loop this in arrays? How to loop an array? I need these names to be looped here instead of the numbers. So this is the syntax, right? I'll remove these things. I'll just add the break tag. Break tag needs to be there. Now how can I loop this array using for loop? You can do that while and do while. I'm giving that as an assignment. How to do that? So this is your array, this is your for loop. So first what I'm doing, z is equal to array. This length, instead of 10, how many values are there? For that length it should stop. Names dot lngth length. So to display each value, what you are going to do, you have to use index, numbered index, right? So here name of the array index will be z. So this z will be 0 first. 0, array start with 0, Asma, break tag, z1, Yashwant, break tag, z2, Preeti. Now if you go there, names will be looped. This is how you are going to loop an array using loops. Same thing you can do with while and do while. That is the assignment for you guys. Understood how to loop an array. Now you have for in and for off. First I will go with for in. For in. For in means not foreign. For in. I will write n. This is in names. You don't need any increment or decrement or anything. So I had one more ABC right at the top. No increment, no decrement, nothing. ABC. Here instead of z, here what you have to n in names. So you have to display n. Just go here at the top. For for in. For loop, for in loop. So difference is syntax. You don't need increment and all those things. Look here, syntax, no increment, no initialization, no condition. That is for in loop. Next you have off, for off. So again I will initialize here. I'll copy one more. For off. This one, element. So the syntax will be the same as in for in. It will be the same. Instead of in, of n of names. Here instead of n, I have to, yeah, same. Let me see here. Well, it's not getting displayed. The first floor it is showing undefined. Why? What happened? Enough names. Because here it should be element. Cannot read properties of reading null HTML. Where is null? For which I have given null? Have I given element here properly? Yes, I have given element properly. Get element by ID, element. Let me, yeah, it is showing the values, but the values it is showing undefined. Let me check here for that for off loop, how, what wrong I have done. There are the loops. Is the for off, yeah, here it is, we have for off variable of iterable code to be executed. Well, she has not given any example. Let me try it in a new way. I think this is what I have done wrong. Yeah, that's the difference. No need index here. Here you don't need initialization, increment and condition. Here you don't need array name itself. S in names, if you take that as, it will print all the names there. So this is the difference between for in and for off. Got it? Be prepared with this question on Friday. And now this arrays, tell me the difference between arrays and object in accessing elements.
Array access in number and object access in name.
Pallavi?
So we can access array using number index, and for objects we use name index.
Yes, ma'am.
Access to number, but accessing the names.
Prithvi?
For array we use number index, for object name index.
So now, how I have to loop if I have an object? I'll create an object where obj is equal to name anonymous age 30 skill React. Can we loop this? Can we loop this? Basically, I'm asking what pops in your head. You tell me, even if it might be wrong for 100% sure, but tell me what pops into your head. Can we loop that? Like you have 3 arrays. Tell me out of those 3 arrays, which might be helpful there. Yes, we can loop that object. We can loop only for one loop out of 3. Guess that one loop. Like I'm asking in general. We can loop it with this for in loop. Take name of the object. For and for of it doesn't work for object. It works for in obj n. Oh, it's there right at the top. I was looking at the bottom here. Can you see here? It is getting displayed. Anonymous name 38 skill React. So in interview they will ask the question, if I have an object and if I have to loop by object properties, which for loop I have to use? Which for loop? For in loop. So that is about loops. So next what we have? After the loops, those are the 5 kind of loops what you can see in JavaScript. And one more you have break tag. That break tag you need to know after learning if statement. Okay. After learning if statement, I will tell you why. In a loop, you can break at a certain. If a is equal to 3, you can break it at 3. So 4 and 5 doesn't display. So once I start with if else condition, I'll go for that. So in today's session, you have learned about array methods and you have learned about loops. The assignment is that you have to build 3 to 4 arrays. All the 4 arrays you have to implement all the methods, and using all the loops you have to iterate at least one array. That is your assignment for today. That's it for today. I will continue with tomorrow's session.